So today's our hot takes episode. It's our last episode of season 4. And then honestly, we may not be back till the summer. I don't know. We'll see.
We're gonna just
play it by ear. We're gonna do what feels right because we want to go big in season 5.
Yes.
Like we're gonna have our 100th episode probably in season 5. We're gonna do it right.
Yes,
so
we are.
We've got a lot of things that we want to kind of reconstruct and put together. And so just we're excited. We're excited. I can't believe that we're here. I can't believe that we've made it this far.
I have had such a fun time this season.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like this season and the beginning of Hot Take Summer really it has been so much
been pivotal.
Fun.
Just the recording aspect of it has been such a change.
Yeah. It's different knowing that you guys can see our faces.
You can see me fidget with my hair. I actually was very mindful of that in the last episode and I didn't touch my hair.
We have in the last episode, if you know, you know.
If you made it to the end.
If you made it to the end, Hannah got tearful. And I literally...
She's not going to rehab, you guys. Hannah was like, they're going to think I'm going to rehab.
They think I'm going to... I relapsed and I'm going to rehab.
That is not what's happening.
We had a very close death in our family that was very unexpected. And there's just a lot of pieces to that. And taking some time away from this will be helpful and hopefully give me some time to just heal because it's been
very sudden.
There's a lot of like you already work, like we work and then we do this and I need to take some time to just be.
Yeah. To be with your family.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So if we need to wait till June, we're going to wait till June.
I will try
Hannah
very
will be
hard.
Hannah will be very ready to come back.
Yes.
You love
this
doing
really
this.
This is my self-care. It just, when it comes to scheduling things and feeling like I need to be there with my family and I'm not. And it's just,
And that's something,
just trying to balance everything.
So we talk about this before, like we got a lot of balls in the air that we juggle and some of them are glass. And if we drop them, they break. Family is one of those glass balls.
Right now.
The podcast is rubber. We're going to bounce right back up.
Yes, we are.
And it's fine.
Yes, we are.
This one's okay to we can dribble this one.
Yeah.
So, well, let's grab our coffee, get comfy, and let's take back Sunday. Well, guys, what a day.
Yeah, so
hot take, the Chiefs did not get their three-peat.
Sad day for everybody in Kansas City.
Yeah, don't really want to talk about it. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I haven't processed it yet. They played a good season.
Halftime show was great.
Of course. We knew Kendrick was going to slay.
Miss
Taylor Swift, the biggest Kansas City Chief. We should come up with a name.
And our commander-in-chief, made it time for some football.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, definitely a sad day. But you know what? They did their best, and we'll come back next year and do it again.
And the worst of them are still better than me. So Go Chiefs, get your rest in the off season, and we will see you next year.
Yep. Okay, so on to something different.
To more pop culture. We're gonna talk about.
Can we talk about the NFL honors?
Yeah.
So since we just talked about football, let's talk about the NFL honors.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good-looking big men out there on that show, and Bianca needs one.
Yesterday. Listen.
These were my takeaways. Bill Belichick looking like a baked bean
last night. Oh my gosh, my hand is stuck in my hair. A baked bean.
And his girlfriend, fiance, whatever she is like
gorgeous,
but
and also younger than us.
Like 21. I think
they made jokes about that.
Oh,
I think
Snoop did.
Oh yeah.
Snoop was on there. How cool is that?
Yeah.
And then my favorite moment was I had the time of our lives dance, the dirty dancing.
Yeah,
that was super
fun.
hilarious.
And it's tricky.
Yeah. And people will come for Josh Allen. But his little speech made me emotional.
Yeah.
And his parents crying made me emotional. And if you know my family, look up my brother or look up a picture of Josh Allen and think about my little brother.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
It's
going to say.
crazy.
They look so much alike. And
It
it's
is
so,
crazy.
it looked like my heart was like, that's my little brother making a speech up
Yeah.
there. I'm a competitive person, but I'm also a person that has a heart. So like when you see a quarterback or teammates of the opposing team looking really sad after a big game, it kind of breaks my heart.
Same. Like watching Josh Allen when they lost that championship game, I was like, poor baby.
Yeah.
But all my brothers are like, he's a pansy. Like, we can't stand him. And I'm like, why?
He really did win. Because, I mean, did you see his fiance and that ring on her finger? Like,
that's an actress, by the way.
She is gorgeous.
Yeah, she really is. She's beautiful.
Anyway, those are my takeaways from the honors. We didn't watch it hard, but like we watched bits and pieces of it. Yeah. I wasn't focusing that much, but
yeah. I like that there's so much philanthropy in NFL and that there's so much charity work and like giving back. I do like that. And I like that they recognize that. And it's not just, looking at like the celebrity of it all.
Yeah.
Like they do find ways to give back because they do bring in a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's just nice. And it's nice to hear the stories about the kids not the kids, but the players who are like, I came from nothing and I'm here now. Like you can do anything if you work hard.
Well, you can't I'm sorry, there's certain people that are never going to make it to the NFL or the NBA. If you're 5'2" and 110 pounds, you ain't making it.
Listen,
but you can try.
You could try.
Do your best.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay. Hannah's out here killing kids' dreams.
Sorry. Okay, what's your hot topic?
I wanted to talk about something that just came out yesterday, and I think I might have sent it to you on Instagram about Ellen Greenberg.
I haven't seen it on Instagram. Oh, let's do it.
Let's talk about this because so if you listened to, it was our first spooky season. I did a 2-part series on Ellen Greenberg. And just a quick recap is she was in content warning. We're going to talk about stabbing and death, things like that. So whatever. Murder. There you go. But yeah. This beautiful elementary school teacher was found stabbed 20 times with stabs in the back of her neck. There was a knife still sticking out of her chest whenever they found her. And it was ruled ultimately a suicide. A lot of back and forth, a lot of weird things. A
lot of mishandling.
The medical examiner. So the family has tried to get the medical examiner to at least rule the cause of death undetermined as opposed to suicide, because they can't like process anything like for life insurance and like things like that. And it's very clearly not a suicide. This woman
and like
did not
I think just
sever
for their
her
well-being.
Yeah, just for peace of mind. Well, just like yesterday or the day before, Dr. Osborne, the medical examiner, has said that he, based on new evidence, which I say that in quotes because none of it's new, Hannah, none of it is new. New evidence, he now feels confident that he can reverse and list the cause of death or manner of death as undetermined, not suicide.
Yeah, because who stabs himself in the back of the neck?
Exactly. Like it does not make sense.
If you are a true crime junkie like us, go look it up for yourself. It's crazy.
So this is a huge update in that case. And yeah, the family, there's mixed feelings just because, they're making progress, but now it's like there's still the question of who did this to our daughter.
Yeah.
And it took 10 years for them to get to this point. Yeah. Like, let these people have some freaking closure. So that's a pretty hot topic right now in the world of true crime.
I'm so excited to hear that.
Yeah. I need some justice for Ellen Greenberg and that family. All right. What's next for you, girlfriend?
Sad news.
Dang it.
By this time, everybody, unless you're living under a rock, should know that there was 2 major plane crashes that happened.
Yeah.
We had a Black Hawk helicopter in DC that crashed into a plane. Came out that the safety system was off. It collided with an American Eagle flight over the Potomac River. All 67 people and 2 aircrafts were killed.
Perished.
Yeah, very sad.
They said it was like instant. So I'm hoping that there was no suffering there.
So some things that we have figured out. The last altitude was logged at 375. 200 is where that helicopter should have been. So it's almost double.
Yeah.
Higher, yeah. 200 is where it should, in that area at least, is where it should have been. And then the other thing is that it was almost a mile off course. And so we don't know a lot yet, but that makes me question things like, did something crazy happen? Because it is so much higher and so much off course. And then, the difficulty, they were trying to explain the difficulty of how difficult it would be to hit another moving plane like that. And so I don't think it was an intentional thing, but I think that something really bad happened.
Something went wrong. Yeah.
And then we had the deadly medical crash in northeast Philly, and that was such heartbreaking. So you have a little girl and her mom that are traveling back after getting the last chemo treatment that saved her life from cancer, and they passed away because it went into the, it crashed into the ground. And then there were 24 people that were injured from that crash, houses that caught on fire because of that crash. And one person died on the ground from that crash as well.
This is why I won't fly.
It's crazy.
I won't do it.
And
I
then
don't care how safe it is.
Today I saw, talking about airplanes, I saw that a airplane with 10 people, 9 passengers, 1 pilot is missing.
What?
Yep. It was on a flight in Alaska. They said it had yesterday, at 3:20 p.m. their local time, is it Buring air flight? Buring? I don't know.
I know Boeing. That's it.
Yeah. No, this is different.
No, I assumed.
Anyway, that they had issued a search and rescue alert notice at 3:20 p.m. The aircraft was 12 miles offshore when its position was lost. Alaska state troopers were contacted around 4 p.m. local time to respond to the report of the overdue aircraft not making it.
Yeah.
And not knowing what's going on with that is sad as well. So just a lot of big air things within planes. And
you're not going to catch me in the air.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I've always been, you know me, I'm not flying. If I don't have to fly, I'm not gonna fly.
If you look at car accidents and deadly car accidents compared to plane crashes, the likelihood of being in a car and being killed is
I feel like that data is skewed. I feel like it's skewed because we've had cars a lot longer than we've had planes. Maybe. Let's fact check it.
I think that if you looked at...
And we have less people flying than driving.
Okay.
We've got people that drive every day for a commute.
There's someone smart that can do that math.
Somebody that's smart, do that math. Who is smart enough? Caleb, my brother. I'll talk to him.
Okay. So
either way, I'm not
it's
flying.
Really sad. A lot of lives lost, a lot of families in mourning with those. I feel like every single politician wants to make it about politics, and it just isn't. At least the two.
It's not the place. Yeah, that's not the place.
If there is, we definitely need to be supporting those communities right now more than anything. So that's my sad hot topic.
Well, let's segue. I've got something related to flying. That's not a hot topic, but a headline.
Okay.
One of the oldest surviving or the last surviving Tuskegee Airmen passed away at 100. Yeah. Harry Stewart Jr.
He lived in 100.
I know. The things that this person did, just incredible. But yeah, so that's kind of on the same topic of flying. But now let's fly on over to another topic. I have the craziest story that I found. Most of my things are headline articles that I found that are crazy pants. Okay. I'm gonna set the scene. This guy's camping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Burns his thumb, he's cooking and he burns his thumb on the skillet. Whatever. You burn your thumb, you're like, ugh, that sucks. Okay. 2 days later, homeboy's legs start to swell. And he's like, well, something's not right here. Goes to the hospital, has an infection.
In his legs or in his thumb?
In his body.
Okay.
So has to get his legs amputated.
What?
Because of this infection. It was strep A. He got strep A after burning himself. The burn, I guess, made him susceptible, or maybe the skillet had something. I don't know. Got strep A. This thumbprint burn. He now has no legs. The wildest freaking thing. In the United States. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's insane. It's the wildest thing. I was like, what is going on here?
Crazy.
Yeah. So there's that.
Okay.
You got anything crazy? Can you top that story?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
I don't know. I feel like that's pretty crazy. Can we talk about Blake Lively?
That's the next thing on my list, baby. Yes.
Let's talk about, okay, let me hear what you got to say.
I was just going to, so let's set the scene. Okay.
Set the scene.
Set the scene. Colleen Hoover wrote the book. It Ends With Us. Great book.
Great read. I read it in like a day.
Yeah. Very easy read. Justin Baldoni bought the rights to the book like 5 years ago and produced, directed the film. It Ends With Us.
Kind of, yeah.
He was supposed to. I'm giving you what the facts are supposed to be. So Blake Lively is hired on to star in this movie also
As
alongside
Lily
him.
Bloom.
Lily Bloom, the love interest, with Justin Baldoni playing Ryle. I don't remember his last name. All fine and dandy. Movie comes out, people love it, blah, blah, blah. Then Blake Lively sues him for sexual harassment. And like lists all these
right
people.
before Christmas.
Yeah, lists all these people in this lawsuit. Taylor Swift is named. Ryan Reynolds is in it. She gets support from the other actors in the movie, Jenny Slate, and then the guy that plays Atlas. I don't know his name.
Yeah,
I think it's like Brendan or something similar. So we're all like, cancel culture. Cancel Justin Baldoni. What a perv. What a pervert. How dare he interrupt her while she's pumping in her trailer? Like, how dare he talk about his sex life? How dare he say that a scene looked hot when a girl like had, like a lovemaking scene, like blah, blah, blah. Well, my. Well, how the turntables.
Yep.
Listen, come to find out, Justin Baldoni ain't taking this lying down. He came with receipts. He has got
lots of receipts.
Voice messages. He's got text messages. They have like secret or like not secret, but like hidden footage or like footage of the filming to show like the scenes that she's claiming there was harassment on.
Yeah, and bro has pictures of him having to celebrate with his family the night of the premiere in the basement, like on stacks of water bottles.
They made him and his family go to the basement while Blake and Ryan were walking the red carpet.
Yeah.
And he did not get to enjoy that with his family. And are you ready for my theory? And I think I sent it to you on TikTok, like what I think. Well, what do you think?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I think that Blake and Justin, maybe Blake was a little attracted to Justin. And let me tell you, I listened to that 2 a.m. voice message that he sent her. I would be attracted to that man too. That voice is a panty dropping voice.
Panty dropper!
Panty dropper. They put a hole in the floor. Okay, listen. I think that Ryan is a little controlling. Oh. I think that he had an issue. And this is
he did not like how close they were becoming.
Yes. And this is her trying to backtrack and say, oh no, I was actually really uncomfortable with him doing all of that. And I think that's what kind of spurred all of this into action.
And I think that she wanted to take over things and she thought she could throw her weight around because of who her husband was.
Yes.
And who her best friend is.
Yeah.
And I think she's bully.
Yeah.
A lion bully.
I'm getting that. I am getting that. And I think that I read somewhere that Taylor is like, please leave me out of this.
So that's what I got to say. Okay.
So Tag, you're it.
So the Blake Taylor stuff is that she referred to Taylor and Ryan as her dragons.
Oh, yes.
Taylor's like, I ain't your dragon.
So that was a Game of Thrones reference for my Game of Thrones people.
She considered herself Khaleesi. Is that how you say it?
Yes, that's how you say that. And
so,
you are not Khaleesi.
So Taylor apparently came to Blake's apartment and because Blake told her to, not knowing anyone else would be there. And in other words, Taylor didn't know that meeting was happening with Ryan and Blake
about that
and Justin scene? And where Ryan and Blake were not kind to Justin. So she like has her come over. She doesn't realize what she's walking into. Dang. And she literally is just like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. Like, cause she's like, you're my friend's boss. And like, you guys are producing this movie. Can't wait to see the movie. And so the thought is that Blake used Taylor being there as kind of like an intimidation.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, look who I have in my corner.
And then, it sounds like, Taylor also has heard that Blake has been inappropriately leveraging her name for a long time, like telling a young actress that Taylor cast her, which simply did not happen. But one source close to Blake has a different take, telling TMZ Blake believes that the relationship is not strained. And
with Taylor,
they still are talking regularly. Another source says Taylor was mad about the extent at which she was involved and specifically angry about the dragons remarks. But Blake has since apologized and they are good and hugged and cried it out. So
hugged and cried it out. Here's the thing. We don't know.
no,
We don't have a clue.
but
We just know
I
what we
do feel
see.
like I know that Justin Baldoni tried, like, he sensed
Because here's the thing.
he sensed that how things were going, and he's like, I'm gonna make sure I save everything.
Yep. I was going to say, I would be more concerned if he were silent.
Mhm.
But he is like, I think that that was something that I heard too, is that maybe she thought that she could intimidate because of who they are and who her husband is. And he's like, you got the wrong one.
Yeah.
You done picked the wrong one. And there's also, now that we're talking about this, Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool, there was a nice
pool, yeah.
and I've watched, I
And
mean, I've seen the new movie.
Lady whatever,
Lady Pool is
Lady
Blake.
Pool kills Nice Pool in that movie.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
No, he doesn't. Well, yeah, but so Deadpool tricks Nice Pool into running out and then he gets shot. So like it's a collaborative effort.
So the big thing that he says in that is he says something like, oh, she just had a baby and you couldn't even tell. And he's like, you can't say that. And he's like, oh, but I'm a feminist. And I'm
Yeah.
like, boom, 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 right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Because Justin Baldoni is a feminist.
And that's the connection, is that Justin Baldoni is saying that Nice Pool is making fun of him. Like
Yeah.
it like the top knot, like the man bun.
It definitely is.
There's a lot of similarities there.
And there have been people who have said Ryan Reynolds will just, if he doesn't like you, he will in his movies, like I cannot remember the actor's name. I feel so bad. He's a funny comedian kind of actor.
Mhm.
I think he's done some stand up, said that in character, like in Deadpool character, roasted this guy not in his character. It was in a previous Deadpool movie, but like not on the set. It was like, oh, let me do this. And he like said some
like an
horrible,
improv type
horrible things to him.
Oh,
but
man.
not as his character, as like
as him
Ryan
as a
was
person.
in his character.
Right. Deadpool was saying this about the actor himself and not the character the actor was playing. That's unfortunate. I want to know. I'm going to look that up when we leave because I'd like to see who that was.
It was really, the way he said it made him feel like, I think Ryan Reynolds is a bully. And like, I don't think you become that successful without being like not a good person.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
Yeah. So my hot take that might make Bianca mad, it has to do with this.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So Bianca mentioned that the Blake had a lot of support from the other cast members, one of which is Jenny Slate.
Yeah.
And I am going to have a hot take on Jenny Slate. As Blake Lively's castmate and friend, she said, I voice my support, and she takes action against those reported to have planned and carried out an attack on her reputation, Slate said. She also said Blake is a leader, loyal friend, and a trusted source of emotional support for me and so many who know and love her. She continued by saying, what has been revealed about the attack on Blake is terribly dark, disturbing, and wholly threatening. I recommend my friend. I admire her bravery, and I stand by her side. Okay. Is that because her husband is Ryan Reynolds and he's important and you're trying to get your career better than being a B-list actor? Because Jenny Slate has no room to talk about doing anything. Because on Anna Fair podcast, Jenny Slate admits to abusing Chris Evans and jokes about it like it's funny. She states, I have never hit anyone as much as I hit Chris. She is asked who instigates it. Jenny admits she does. She goes on to say she has never hit anybody in her life, but I literally slapped him in the face. I slap him so much. I hit him so much. I literally am reading this from what I listened to from the actual podcast. I came back from making our movie and hit some of my friends because I was so used to hitting Chris all the time. And my friends were like, we really don't like that. And Chris was like, no one likes that. Refers to her partner as beating this a-hole up. While she might have been joking, what if a man would have joked like that about slapping his girlfriend or wife? Not a fan, Jenny Slade. Not a freaking fan. And I don't think that I don't think any of those people supporting Blake are supporting her because they think it's the right thing to do. I think that they're
scared.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're intimidated.
And I think Colleen Hoover was too. And I think Colleen Hoover now has become silent because she knows she messed up.
Yes, I think so. Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
So are you mad?
I am not mad because I am an advocate for truth. And I would just want to know what context that's in. Like,
I listen to the podcast.
I know. I'm talking about like What does Chris Evans say about that?
So Chris Evans has never said a bad word about her.
Which,
Says she's a wonderful human.
which makes me wonder, like,
Since their breakup, they both had nothing but nice things to say about each other, which is they're a wonderful human. I wish them nothing but the best.
And so I don't wonder if, and this, I don't want anybody to hear me say that it's okay to hit people. I wonder if it was play fighting.
Okay, but again, if a man is on a podcast saying, I slapped her in the face. Yeah. I slap her all the time.
Yeah, I don't
I hit her so many times that I hit my friend.
What was the whole context of that conversation? Because you sent me the clip.
It was about the movie that they were on together. And that
So how did that come up? Like, how did that conversation start where she like
So I was trying to like pull and kind of go back and forth and try to catch it, but they were just talking about their relationship, and yeah, it just popped up. Yeah, that's my hot take. Would like to be for me to be wrong, but that's not going to happen.
It's fine. You can be right. You can be right. It's going to make me really sad. Don't hit people. Don't put your hands on somebody. But like, I hit my brothers. You know, like,
I mean, when you're kids, I feel like that's different than being a grown-up.
No, I'm an adult.
Grown adult.
I mean, yeah, I've hit Neil. Like, oh, buddy. But like, is that what she's not the slap in the face? She says slap in the face.
I slapped him across his face.
Let me clarify.
Try me.
I have slapped someone in the face because they wouldn't get out of my face when I was like 17. Yeah. I told this person, I'm like, get out of my face. I don't like this. Get out of my face. Leave me alone. They didn't leave me alone. I went, what? And my mom was right there and she's like, she told you. She told you to get out of her face. And that's the only time I put my hands on somebody. So on the topic of celebrities, let's talk about the Grammys.
Yeah, girl.
Because, oh my gosh, girl, I don't know what's going on in the world. And you know that I am a typical Beyonce fan. I did not listen to Cowboy Carter. I did not listen to it. I didn't like it all that much.
Let me just tell you, there was only one song that was A-okay. And I mean, it was like, if you're 9 to 13, you're like, this ain't Texas. Woo!
Hey, so I did
it's like a 16, catchy song.
16 Carriages was good. I liked that. She redid a song with Dolly. I think she did Jolene. Yeah, she did. She won country album of the year with Cowboy Carter. Country album and album of the year. Yeah. Her first time ever winning that award, and it was with that album. And I'm like, that's the one.
Everybody was like,
Beyonce included.
Yeah, Beyonce was shook.
Like, she is a meme now when she won country album of the year because she went, and her daughter's like, get up, like, it's okay. And I'm just like, wait, what just happened?
What just happened? But listen.
So let's talk about the Grammys. That's the only thing I know about the Grammys.
Dye your hair blonde, sing some country music, and you can win an album. Actually, here's the deal. For all you Beyonce lovers, she's had a long time coming. There are other albums that probably should have won. So,
yeah.
But there are people that were more for country album, that were more qualified. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Be what it may.
So the only other thing I know about the Grammys is that Taylor won nothing, but had the best time.
Taylor won nothing because unfortunately her last album be lacking.
Yeah, it was not that great.
So
that girl had a blast.
Taylor Swift, though, came in looking stunning.
Oh my gosh. That red dress was beautiful.
My favorite dressed woman of the night, Taylor Swift.
She was representing that Kansas City red, girl.
Yes, she was. So big controversy is Kanye West and his wife,
whose name is Bianca.
She shows up in this beautiful fur, like feathery, warm
coat.
Looks like you just want to wear it in Alaska because it'd be so warm.
Alaskan furs, Alaskan furs.
Yeah. Wow, that just took me back. Anyway, so she looks amazing.
First of all, they were not invited. Did you know that?
So there's controversy around that because I've heard two different things. Yes. So anyway. And I've heard they weren't kicked out and they were kicked out. I don't know. Anyway, all I know is that she took down her very comfy, warm
very
coat
beautiful
to expose her dress and herself because she literally had just a sheer material dress over her body. You saw everything. Everything.
All of that.
It was, they just like walked the red carpet and then bounced.
Yeah. They're like, deuces.
A lot of people are saying this Kanye is not the real Kanye. Like, this is not him. And there are certain pictures that it looks like his jawline is different. I'm like, is he?
That's
like,
right.
I'm like,
but
is
he
this
was like trying to get like a steel like denture thing put in at one point. Do you remember that?
was that the real Kanye or the
Girl,
Kanye?
I don't even know.
This is
I don't
Ye.
know.
He changed his name because
Oh,
they
yeah.
addressed him outside of the red carpet and they were like, Kanye. And he was like, I changed my name to Ye.
Oh, yeah. Ye, formerly known as Kanye, is what I saw like on Twitter.
So,
like his Twitter name.
Whatever. It was weird, but
Yeah.
I will say there were a lot of women that were not far off from Bianca.
Yeah,
and
that was
her
weird.
outfit.
That was weird to hear that. I was like, Bianca.
So you might have seen Bianca's butt crack and her little kitty cat and her nips, but like the others,
You saw her nude.
yeah,
She
you
was
saw what she
nude.
looked like underneath.
Yeah.
With just a
Question
shimmery, very thin material.
Yeah, my question is, when does it become public indecency?
So it's a private party.
Okay.
And so that's where I think you have to think about, is it's a private party. So I have a birthday party and I invite tons of people and I decide to walk in my dang birthday suit.
Yeah.
That's not really
no, I get
public
that. I get
exposure.
that. But it's like but it is open, like, I don't know.
I don't think
it's
anybody on the
televised.
street can, like, I don't know. It was crazy.
Like,
you're trying to make a statement.
He's not well.
No.
He's not well. Mentally, he's
the
not well.
Kardashians curse, man. I'm telling you.
Dude.
Anywho.
Yeah. That's
So moving
another
on, because
conversation.
everybody's be talking about Kanye, Ye, and Bianca. So I would like to talk about some of the dresses or suits.
Okay.
Fashion.
Okay. You might have to just tell me what they wore, because I don't know.
I meant to get pictures. Sorry. So Taylor had a beautiful red
dress.
dress.
What was that thing on her leg? Was that a cross?
I don't.
The little
Yeah.
It looked kind of like a rosary.
And then Sabrina Carpenter, beautiful.
Oh, she is beautiful.
So classic. Light blue, looked like Cinderella.
Yeah, her performance
Classic.
was also very cute.
Casey Musgraves looked a little bit more dressed down. Gorgeous.
I like
Still
her.
gorgeous.
I like her a lot. I don't know what I'll have to look at pictures later.
Cardi B looked stunning and classic. Yes, she always be having her titties popping, but she looked beautiful.
You got it, you flaunt it, right?
Yes. You know, her cleavage was out, but like her body mostly was covered and like a very beautiful, fitting, gorgeous
I'll have to check
dress.
that out too.
Yes.
I like Cardi B.
Ed looked handsome in a sparkly suit. So it was like a suit, but like there was glitter.
Yeah.
Looked so good.
I love a good sparkle suit.
Beyonce, her dress was phenomenal as well.
Yeah,
super
gorgeous.
classic, super beautiful. Alicia Keys, I love you, girl, but I don't know what your choice was. I do not get
love
it.
This is a not.
It was
did
not
love
good.
It? Okay,
it was not good. You'll just have to go look. It's not as bad as some of them, but I was just like, it doesn't even compliment her body or anything. It was like,
I'm feeling very Caleb right now because I feel very out of the pop culture loop. And it's like, I wish I knew what you're
so
talking
bad.
about.
Julia Fox looked awful with a sheer dress.
I was going to say, I'm not surprised.
Sheer dress. And so there was like a big stripe right here, so you couldn't see her nipples. And then another stripe that was supposed to be like at her belly button, but you could see her belly button. And then you could just see like a very black and thong underwear. Like you saw her entire underwear.
So much.
So
she
disgusting.
Also dated Kanye for like a hot minute.
Okay. I put Will Smith. I mean, I'm just appalled. You're just gonna have to go look at it.
You mean Jaden?
Nope. Will Smith.
Okay, I didn't know that Will Smith was there.
Yeah,
it's the Oscars. He's not allowed to go to, right?
I cannot figure out what he looks like and who he looks like. Maybe Prince Charming. Maybe that's what I'm getting.
Ooh.
The like ropes.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
I'll check it out. But do you have Jaden on your list?
Jaden be on the list.
Okay.
Chrissy Teigen, very revealing, very non-demure, very not classic. I was not like, and also it's like really sheer, and the black is only covering like nipples, belly, vagina. Like that's it. And then we go down to like this big ruffled blackness at the bottom. It was
not the vibe.
No, but John Legend looks good, and he looks classic in his classic nice suit.
That man is attractive.
Many women were wearing sheer dresses that you could see their underwear and breast, and I don't understand.
I wonder if that was like a theme.
Is that like the style right now? Like, did we miss that Paris Fashion Week or something?
Listen, the modesty is alive and kicking for me.
Yeah. Jaden Smith, I don't understand.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Why are you coming in with a house on your head, dude? Like, I'm so confused. And then his sister's like in a jacket with just like sparkly underwear and bra. Like, that's all she's in. And I'm like, what is happening here? Anyway.
What is fashion?
I do not. Billie Eilish, I love you. You deserve to win an award. You were missed.
Yes.
Sweet girl, you were missed. But what were you wearing?
I love what she was wearing because she didn't care at all.
Oh, I'm like, this is the Grammys. You look like you're going to the grocery store down the road.
And I think that's her vibe. That is just who she is.
Okay, I'll give it to her. So on top of all of that, I do want to say that my husband was like, hey, have you ever heard of Chapel Roan? And I was like, no, I don't know who that is. And he was like, well, she's from Springfield area. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. And I go to look it up and I'm like, Pony Club and Hot to Go.
I'll say you did know who she was.
Let me just say her performance was phenomenal. Yeah. And she looked like she was living her best life.
Yeah, she's an excellent artist.
She reminds me of like, who was it that I was thinking of this morning? Because you said like she dresses in drag. And maybe that's what you would call it. But to me, she gives me like Madonna, Cyndi Lauper vibes. Like totally just like, and she's add like modern Lady Gaga.
I was going to say, she is the Lady Gaga of this generation. And like Lady Gaga was the Madonna for them. And then like Cher was the Madonna. I definitely feel like
it's more of a, instead of like just straight drag, like I think for me, I think it's more of like a, like almost like a theater production. Like her music and like the performance at the Grammys, it looked like a theater production. And I was like, this, and seeing everybody like in that entire place being like singing and dancing, I was like, girl, this is your moment. Like you have made it.
And she's been in the industry for 11 years.
11 years, girl.
A long time.
Like, this is your moment. I hope she feels good. I thought the song was about a strip club and my daughter's singing Pink Pony Club, and I had to go look it up and I was like, no, it's not. And I'm totally okay. Sing about the Pink Pony Club, girl.
Dancing in your heels. You do it, girl.
Yeah. I just saw a video where her and her mom and dad were in a car like singing it together.
So cute. I love that.
She's absolutely gorgeous too. Yeah. Like she puts on a lot of makeup and looks completely different, but like down to who she is without makeup, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So those are my hot takes on the Grammys.
I love it. Speaking of Chapel Roan, I feel like, this isn't a hot take or anything. There's this YouTube channel or something that's called like Tiny Desk, like performances or something. And it's like acapella, or not acapella, but it's like acoustic performances that artists do. And it's just like they use, it's so good. You have to look it up.
Okay.
We'll have to look it up. Chapel Roan does one, and it's just phenomenal because she is such a talented artist. Like she doesn't need the big production.
No, she doesn't.
And she sounds just as amazing.
So I did see where she was performing, like it looked like almost like at the college in Springfield at some point.
Oh, cool.
And performing that song, and it was like just her and the piano. Sounded amazing.
Yeah, no, she's the real deal. She's the real deal.
All I have left are hot takes.
Cool. I just have would you rathers.
Look at how that just happened. We don't talk to each other, guys. We don't even know.
We don't.
Look how this happened. You go first.
Would you rather speak in rhymes for the rest of your life or speak in riddles?
Speak in rhymes.
Oh, see, I want to riddle people. I want to confuse.
I'm a poet and I don't even know it. I be rhyming all the time on accident.
I would want to speak in riddles because I want to confuse people. Because then only people that are smart enough to understand the riddles would talk to me.
Bianca thinks she's smarter than everybody.
It's true.
Yep.
It's true.
Her toxic trait. Okay,
we listen and we don't.
Let's go, girl. What's your next one?
Would you rather communicate in emojis only or animal sounds? Yes, I agree.
When I'm real mad, I'll sound like a gorilla or something. Or like a dinosaur. I don't know.
Right. Emojis, I just don't think would slap as much when you're upset as a freaking tiger shriek.
Dude, I showed you that one where that guy like makes all the different sounds as the different emojis. It's awesome.
It is so funny.
Yeah, I'm making different sounds.
Okay, those are my only two would you rathers. The last one that I want to ask is like, I want to ask that at the very end. Like that'd be the last thing we talk about.
Perfect. So question.
Okay.
When you shower, Do you wash your whole body, including like your legs, your kneecaps, your
Yes.
shins, the backs of your legs?
Yes.
Okay, so there
My
are
feet
people.
and my toes.
There are people who say you do not need to shower your whole body. Legs, arms don't get dirty, and your feet are washed as the water and soap goes down.
I mean, I can see that. I just like to
they,
have the
they
exfoliation.
only wash with like a wash rag or a loofah. Their pits, their puss, and their butt.
You know what we call that? A whore bath.
That's what I was thinking. So like
Your husband is probably not that person because he's like, the water that is running down is not clean. He has said that. He's like, the water that you're standing on is not clean.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can understand like if the soap is running down, like I could see how that would like count as a shower.
Yeah.
I like to physically exfoliate my body when because I use a loofah, so it exfoliates a little bit, like sloughs off all the dead skin, and that's why my skin is so soft. What do you think?
I mean, like, I guess if like you're not doing physical activity and like just hanging out and you've just showering for the day, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I feel like all the time.
Like, at what point are you going to wash the kneecaps?
Okay, are you ready? Adult restaurants, like clearly adult restaurants, do not bring your kids. Nobody wants them there. Your kids aren't cute. I want to know what you think.
That is
it's not a me hot take. I heard it today and I was like,
hot take.
Yeah,
that I agree with.
Right?
I agree with it.
Like, nobody wants your toddler while I'm trying to have a romantic date. Nobody wants. When I'm away from my kids, and I'm going somewhere where I don't think kids are going to be, let there be a kid.
And I love kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to hear your kids screaming at McCormick and Schmidt.
Yeah. Okay, I got another one.
Okay.
I don't know if you've tried it or not. Swig is not the hype, and it is not worth the wait. Go to Sonic.
Yeah, no, you told me that, and I was like, I don't even know what Swig is.
So everybody's like really excited because Swig is in town, and like we have a Swig in Blue Springs, and everybody's really excited. And I went, and I was like, I could get this at Sonic.
Yeah.
And it's about half the price.
Nice.
So Swig, my hot take is not a big deal. Sorry, Swig. We should tag them in this.
Did you see that?
Sorry.
Did you see that? I screenshotted it. I meant to send
tag
you.
Sonic.
You're right. Poopery commented on that.
Yeah, they did.
And then I replied and thanked them, and they commented back to me.
I didn't see that they commented back to you. What did they say?
I think, or maybe they just liked it.
Okay.
I'll have to find it. I screenshotted it.
We taking the little wins here.
Yeah, we are.
All right. If you act like this is my hot take, and I've literally felt like I've dealt with so much of this recently that I had to say it. If you act like a nice person, like you're like, you act like a nice person, people are like, oh yeah, that person's nice. But you like are not a nice person and you do passive aggressive or manipulative things, I literally hope you fall with your hands in your pocket. Like, if you're a beep, be a beep. Like, be
just
who you are. If you're not a good person and you're a see you next Tuesday, just be a see you next Tuesday. Don't pretend to not be. Do not pretend to be a nice person and then just be a, you know what, behind doors. Or like
it with your
secretly. Chest. Just, if you're not a nice person, don't pretend. Be who you are.
Yeah, I think I saw like a social media post that it was like, there's usually two types of people. There's the person who is super nice or you think is super nice in public, and they actually end up being like the meanest person on the planet. And then you have the people that you think are really mean that end up being the nicest people that you know.
So like, I am like, you might be like, when you meet me or talk to me, I might say things that you're like, oh, wow, jeez. But like, I'm legitimately a nice person. Like, I will do anything for anybody. I have good intentions always.
Yeah.
It irritates me when people pretend to be that way and they are not.
Yeah. Don't be fake.
I just want to be like right in the throat.
Throat chop. Get them.
We do not hit people.
No, we don't. Violence never solved anything.
Okay, so.
Also, I agree with that hot take.
Thank you.
Be who you are.
Even if it's not a
Even
good
if it's not nice,
own it.
Own it.
Okay, I thought that Hollywood celebrities at the Grammys, I knew this was a part of the Grammys, but it's a hot take, so I pulled it down.
Okay.
Asking for money for LA wildfires and like promoting, like helping them, gave me the ick.
I can see that.
I was like, these people could easily pay whatever amount of money to help anybody that needed it. And
yeah.
I felt that way when Lizzo was like help this person. And I was like, it wasn't even that much money. And I was like, Lizzo, you just paid the $80,000. You have $80,000. Like, why are you trying to,
Yeah.
promote other people who are like struggling? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be like, like you shouldn't give to people in need. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you shouldn't donate. I just have, when it's like a room full of elite people, like promoting, asking for money from little
People
old
who
me.
can't afford milk. And
I have a really hard time with that.
The only caveat that I have for this particular isolated
I knew
thing.
you would.
Well, a lot of the celebrities have lost their homes too.
Yes, and I do agree with. I do. And I didn't say that because I knew you were going to say that, and I do understand that. Like they are also in those people that need help. Like I get that.
I also
Just
get that
the
it
ick.
is kind of icky to have millionaires asking people to do that.
Because they're like, they not like us,
Right?
And we never will be, and you will never understand. Did we talk about this already where Whoopi Goldberg compared herself? I don't think we did.
You and I have talked about it. I don't know if we've talked about it here.
On The View, she compared herself to the working class because she gets up and is on The View every day. And I wanted to punch her through the screen. Again, we don't promote
violence.
But I was like, really? You consider yourself a part of the working class because you go on The View? She's like, if I wasn't a part of the working class, I wouldn't be doing this. We wish you weren't.
Oh. It's a hot take.
Girl, it's a lot of people's hot take.
I know. I miss 90s Whoopi Goldberg.
Me too. These women, it's not just her. It's all of them. They be talking over each other.
The View, so I don't know.
It's always on at some doctor's office when I'm like at the dentist or at the doctor. I'm like, really? But they're always like arguing and like talking over each other. And it just sounds like, I love women. I am a woman, but it's like, I'm like, this is what men hear all the time when we talk. They're like, shut up. But Zach listens to a radio show. I want to say it's 96.5, but that could be wrong. And those men do the same thing where they talk over each other. And I'm like, oh, it drives me crazy.
I wonder if people think that when they listen to us because we talk over each other.
I try not to, though.
I try not to, but I do.
I really try hard not to talk over you. I really try to respect audio space.
I'm not good about it.
I'm not offended.
I'm an impulsive person, and when a thought comes in, that train has left the station before I can even stop my mouth. So
you don't offend me.
Okay, you don't offend me either.
You can interrupt me anytime.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
So yeah, those are my hot takes.
That hot take makes sense. So the question that I want to leave season 4 with is, what is the best piece of advice that you have ever heard from a movie or a TV show?
Ooh, you should have given me some time on this.
I thought about it, but I was like, I wonder if she could think of something on the spot.
Man.
So I've got 2. So the 2 instances that I think of, this one I just thought of, it's in Grey's Anatomy, and it's whenever, spoilers, I guess, this is like 20 years old, so bummer if you haven't seen this yet.
It's your own fault.
It's on you at this point. There is the line that Meredith has that says, like, you broke me and you don't get to judge how I chose to put myself back together.
That's good.
Because he tries to imply that she's a whore. And he says, he's like, oh, you should sleep, you should, this guy and this guy and this guy.
Because he thought that's how she was before he met her.
Yep. And she said, when I met you, I thought that I had met the person that I was going to spend the rest of my life with. All the tequila, all the boys, it was done. I'm all better now, and you don't get to judge how I did that. You don't get to call me a whore. And I liked that because I was like, you know what? You're damn right. All right, so I have one more.
Okay.
And it is from the movie Under the Tuscan Sun. And there is this very eccentric woman who says, regrets are a waste of time. They are the past crippling you in the present.
Oh, I like that.
And I heard that in high school, and I was like, you know what? You're right. So yeah, best advice that I ever got from a movie and TV show.
Mine would be don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game.
Yep. I like that.
And I think it's from Sandlot, but if not, it's for sure Cinderella Story.
Definitely from Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff.
But I think it might have originated from Sandlot.
Yeah. There's definitely that kind of vibe in the
and
Sandlot.
If you build it, they will come.
Yep. Build the dreams, baby. Manifest what you want. Good sports analogies.
I was going to say, if you're just talking about a profound moment, I'll tell you, Titans, man, that whole movie is a profound moment for me.
That whole movie.
Whenever he's like, the nurse is like, "Oh, only families." Like, he's my brother. Can't you see the
Can't you
resemblance?
see the resemblance?
And I'm like,
yeah. Sobs.
Yeah,
Literal
a mess.
tears every single time.
Anyway, let's get out of here, girl.
Let's do it.
Bye, season 4. We will see you later. We are gonna come back bigger and better.
Let's see if I can get balloons. Yeah. We'll catch you next time on the flippity
got an
flop.
Android.
Let's get the confetti.
Bianca be talking bad about these iPhones. Wish you would have caught that.
Yeah. How? Just kidding.
Anyway, it has been a pleasure
Always.
to just experience this season with you guys, and we look forward to what's to come.
Let's get these hearts going.
Love
Whatever.
always.
There it is. Hearts. So thank you. First of all, thank you. Second of all, thank you. Third of all, go follow us.
Yes.
I'm Bianca.
I'm Hannah.
And we are Taking Back Sunday.
Right. Hold on, let me get. I'll let you do the intro.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'll let you. You can do the intro if you want to.
No, you're good. I'm going to take my earrings out.
I do like this lighting in the back.
Yeah, it's nice.
It adds dimension.
Yes, it does. Adds a little bit of depth back there. Okay.
All right. Are we? Hello. Okay.
We are recording. It is so chilly. Damn. What's the Kevin Hart? Damn.
It sounds like, you know, those things that you sit and they take you your wheelchair. You know what I'm talking about? They had one at the Leslie Bell.
Yes.
Okay.
The little chair lift thingies. Yeah. No, I
So-
think he has an automatic like recliner on a.
Oh, that
a
makes
couch
more
or a
sense.
chair.
My
Yep.
titties totally went. Okay. Anyway,
Strap him in, girl.
I'm just trying to figure out how this guy is the same guy that just came out with the banger, like, every breath, praise the Lord. Like, it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
That's not how it goes.
But
It's
I know
like-
what you're talking about.
It is a beautiful song, and it's like, are you the same?
So I watched this podcast called, and expletives here. It's called Shits and Gigs, SH like XTS and Gigs. It's 2 British black guys that are just talking like we do. I've sent them to you. I probably have. They have this one like freestyle thing where they have to like, we're going to cut this out probably, but it's like they have like a topic. So the one that is in my head right now is about that puss.
Oh,
and
gosh.
it's like, I would break my back for that puss. And then the next person has to come up with a
We're
rhyme
not
that
putting
goes with
this-
it. No, we would not put this
Yeah.
in there. But they have another one that's a little more appropriate. I just can't think of it. Cool. Okay.